In this video, I'll demonstrate how to install MailWizz onto your website. When you purchased MailWizz, you received a link to download a zip file. Find this file and extract its contents. If you right-click on a zip file, you'll see options for extracting. In my case, I'm choosing Extract All. Then open the extracted file, which contains a set of files and folders. Find the folder called Latest, which contains the files and subfolders you'll need for the installation. To make it easier to install all of these files and folders to the right spot in your website, everything here should be compressed into a single file. Select everything in Latest, right-click, and choose a compression option. In my case, I'm choosing Send to Compressed Folder. Here's my new zip file, and I'll rename it Latest. Next, you'll need to access your domain hosting platform, which is the gateway between you and your website. The hosting platform is where you upload files or images or install web applications such as WordPress or MailWizz. Popular hosting panels include cPanel or Plesk, and your domain host provides you with access to your hosting panel, including a username and password. My domain host uses cPanel. To access it, I navigate in my web browser to my web URL and then adding /cPanel. Once I log in with my username and password, I'll click File Manager. The contents of the latest folder need to go somewhere in your document root directory, which is most likely public_HTML. We recommend creating a separate folder for MailWizz. This is because you want to separate MailWizz from other apps that may be running on your site, such as WordPress. I'll create this new folder by opening Public HTML, clicking the new folder icon, naming this new folder Newsletter, and making sure it's placed inside Public HTML. With this new Newsletter folder open, I'll click Upload. In the new tab that opens, I'll browse to find the latest zip file and bring it in. When I refresh the Newsletter folder, I see the file I just brought in. Now this zip file has to be extracted. I'll click on the file, then click Extract. And I'll verify that Newsletter is the folder where the contents will go. Now all of the files and folders from Latest are in Newsletter, maintaining the same folder structure from the source. The important file for installation is here, inside the Install folder. What you'll need is this file, index.php. Here's how to get that working. To run the installation, I'll open a new web browser tab and navigate to mywebsitename.com/newsletter/install/index.php. Here's where you enter your license information. Choose where you purchased your MailWizz license, either the MailWizz site or Envato. Then enter the purchase code here, agree with the terms, and click Next. Now you're on the requirements page, which should have everything listed as passed. There's nothing for you to do on this page, so click Next. This next step is File System Checks. All should be good here as well. Click Next again. Now we need to enter database information. The database is something you need to set up in your hosting panel. And once that's done, you'll be able to fill out these fields. I'm going back to my main cPanel page and clicking My SQL Database Wizard. The first step is to assign your database a name. I'm using Newsletter. Click Next Step. Then give yourself a username and enter and confirm your password. Finally, check All Privileges. And now you're done with the database creation. Click here to go back to the main cPanel page. To see the new database you created, click My SQL Databases. Newsletter is listed here, and the new user you created is listed here as well. I'll select and copy these characters that were added to the front of my username and database name. Now we have all the database information we need to enter back in MailWizz. Go back to the tab that has your MailWizz set up, now on the database page. In this field, I'll paste in those characters I copied, then add the username, password, and database name I just created. Then I'll click Start Importing. Now that the database is set up, the next step is to define yourself as the MailWizz admin. Just enter your name, email, and password. This password can be the same as the one for your database or a different one. Just remember which is for which. Then click Create Account. We're almost there, just one last step. Cron Jobs looks complicated, but all this does is to set up time-related functions, such as Campaign Sender, which runs each minute, or the Bounce Handler, which runs every 10 minutes. MailWizz recommends these 7 cron jobs, which you can keep as they are, or if you really know what you're doing, you can adjust them. The first cron job is here, the Campaign Sender, which runs each minute. The actual command starts here at the slash and ends here. I'll select and copy the command, and keep in mind that this is a once per minute command. As with setting up your database, cron jobs are also done in your hosting platform. On my cPanel homepage, I can access cron jobs here under Advanced. I'll scroll down to add a new cron job. Once per minute is a common setting, so I'll choose that here. Down here, under Command, I'll paste in the command that I copied. Click Add New Cron Job, and it's now listed down here. I'll go back to the MailWizz page to get the second command. I'll copy this command, and it's set to run every 2 minutes. Back in cPanel, on my cron jobs list, every 2 minutes is not a common setting. So I'll keep every minute, and down here I can change the minute setting to every 2 minutes. Paste in the command and add. The Bounce Handler runs every 10 minutes. Feedback Loop is every 20 minutes. 20 minutes isn't listed, so I'll just change this to 20 and paste in the command. Delivery Bounce is every 3 minutes, so I'll just change this to a 3. These tasks run each hour, which is one of the common settings. And the Daily Cleaner runs once per day, also a common setting. Now all 7 cron jobs are successfully added. I can go back to the MailWizz setup and click Cron Jobs are installed. Now everything is all set up and you're ready to start using MailWizz.